How billionaire Jeff Bezos pays zero in taxes. How much does billionaire Jeff Bezos pay in taxes compared to the average American? It may surprise you to know that he might not be paying as much in taxes as you might be paying on your income. In fact, you possibly have paid a higher percentage in tax rate than the world's richest man. Because there are many amazing ways to avoid paying taxes when you are the owner of one of the largest e-commerce platforms in the entire world. The best part of it all is that it's 100% legal. Hello friends, and welcome back to the Billionaire Status channel. If you're new here, hi, and thank you for your time. You won't regret it. On this channel, we talk about personal finance, business, and of course, billionaires. We hope you enjoy. As we all know, Jeff Bezos has made it onto the list of the richest men in the world, with other big names such as Elon Musk and Bill Gates. From 2017 to 2019, he actually held the spot as the #1 world's richest man. However, now with a net worth of around $144 billion US, Jeff Bezos takes the #2 spot just under Elon Musk. Nevertheless, this is still an incredible feat that many people will only dream of achieving. Now let's get into the retail giant that is Amazon. Between 2001 and 2022, Amazon's revenue has been on the steady rise, starting at $3.12 billion in 2001 to more than $480 billion as of October 2022. You see, Amazon evolved from just a site for selling and buying books to a multi-streamed enterprise. Take notes, people. If you want to be rich, you need multiple streams of income. Amazon is an e-commerce behemoth, and it reigns supreme, bigger than the 14 largest retailers in the United States combined. But even with a reduction in online sales in the second quarter of 2022, Amazon is still raking in hundreds of billions of dollars. Why? Well, because of their multiple streams. Their online stores are still the main income stream. Amazon has grown its business in such a way that there are many streams working to bring in more revenue to the company. Alongside online stores, Amazon has other segments such as third-party seller services, Amazon Web Services, advertising services, subscription services, physical stores, and other service offerings. But how much does Amazon pay in taxes? If you're making over $400 billion, you should be paying a decent amount in taxes, right? Well, according to the Institute of Taxation and Economic Policy, Amazon only pays a tax rate on $35 billion of U.S. income. This means that the organization avoids more than $5 billion in taxes. So, in 2021, the federal income tax expense of the organization is only $2.1 billion in the United States. So how did they do that? This is because they can reduce their taxable income under the current tax system in the United States and all over the world. If you're a finance buff, you already know that getting taxes reduced is perfectly legal if you do it right. And the best part is nobody can come after you for it. While Amazon reports apparently modest profits for its retail sales, not including its Amazon Web Services, the company conceals massive profits from its third-party marketplace sales by generating huge predatory losses on its direct prime sales. This, among other tactics, has helped Amazon avoid paying large amounts of taxes in relation to their revenue. Now, let's explore the way Jeff Bezos avoids paying taxes on a personal level. Many billionaires do not pay taxes, and even when they do, they pay an insignificant portion of whatever income they make. How do they do that? Well, let's talk about Jeff Bezos in particular. As the owner and founder of a large corporation like Amazon, it is safe to say that he would not be paying taxes a lot, if paying any at all. So, let's see what tricks Mr. Bezos has up his sleeves. Well, according to confidential tax documents filed with the IRS and obtained by ProPublica, Jeff Bezos paid nothing in federal income tax in 2007 and 2011. It's simple, really. His wealth isn't derived from his income. Instead, it's derived from his stock holdings. Jeff Bezos owns a 10.3% stake in Amazon, which is valued at over $170 billion. The majority of Jeff Bezos' net worth is tied to Amazon stock, and of course that fluctuates and sometimes has left the billionaire struggling for the position of the world's wealthiest man. Mr. Bezos can afford to not pay taxes on his accumulated wealth from Amazon stock because stock gains are not taxed until they're realized by selling off the stock. And since the stock represents value rather than income, even if they appreciate in value tremendously, they cannot be counted as annual income for Jeff, unless they are sold. This can be seen when Bezos' net worth increased by $127 billion between 2006 and 2018. He only reported an income of $6.5 billion and only paid $1.4 billion in taxes. As a result, while his federal income tax rate is around 21%, his reported income does not tie to his increased net worth. His net worth is tied to his ownership of stocks. If his net worth is tied to his stock holdings and not how much income he makes, how does he spend the money without being taxed? Well, did you know that the wealthiest people in the world have access to loan infrastructure? That's right, it's easier for them to secure loans. All Jeff has to do is borrow money against his stock holdings. This helps him get lower interest rates than what would be paid through capital gains if he sells stocks. So yes, Jeff Bezos is filthy rich, but when you think about it, he is only as rich as his stock holdings. If the stock prices plummet, so does his net worth. Fortunately, he has reached the point where he is now reporting billions of dollars as income and pays a small amount of tax compared to what others are paying. The system is built for the rich, and average Americans may be spending a large amount of their income paying taxes. Considering that many Americans only borrow money when they have to for large purchases like college tuition fees and housing purchases, among other reasons because of the high interest rates, it's quite interesting that billionaires of the world are doing quite the opposite, and at lower interest rates. Borrowing money is the way that ultra-rich people finance their lavish lifestyles while earning small salaries, therefore avoiding the 37% income tax. It also helps them to avoid selling stocks to free up cash, choosing instead to use loans because they are not considered taxable income. From a Business Insider article, we get this quote: Elon Musk has similarly put up a massive amount of his equity in Tesla and SpaceX as collateral for loans, rather than to sell those shares and pay 20% in capital gains to free up his money. From 2014 to 2018, Musk paid $455 million in taxes on a reported income of $1.52 billion, resulting in an effective tax rate of 29.9%. But his wealth grew by $13.9 billion during that same time, meaning his true tax rate was just 3.27%. Investor Carl Icahn took advantage of borrowing money, paying $0 in federal income taxes, despite reporting an adjusted gross income of $544 million, as he had an outstanding loan with Bank of America worth $1.2 billion, as reported by ProPublica. Many other billionaires have chosen to use this model to finance their lavish lifestyles and to avoid paying taxes, and to be honest, it does work for them. Imagine finding a loophole that allows you to keep your wealth and live the lifestyle of your dreams, and your taxes become little to nothing. It also doesn't help that the US taxation system helps the rich get richer while taking fewer taxes from them, while the average American struggles with a higher percentage in taxes. The same goes for larger corporations. Smaller companies barely survived the pandemic, while larger corporations simply coasted through. The reason for this was the higher taxes the smaller companies had to pay, unlike the bigger companies that have access and learned how to bypass large tax percentages. Our suggestion is this: if you know how to legally avoid paying taxes, there's no reason why you shouldn't do it. After all, millionaires and billionaires are doing it themselves. And that brings us to the end of this video for today. If this was your first time joining us and you liked our content, please like the video. We are trying to hit 1,000 likes on this video today. Also, consider subscribing and sharing our video with one friend you know will be interested. Thank you so much for your time. We hope to see you back soon on the Billionaire Status.